What up? What up? It's your boy ConcertViz34. Wow. Oh my gosh. What a night in West Palm Beach, Florida. I take back all the jokes about sawing off Florida from the rest of the union because apparently Mr. Matthews and his band decided to give us a treat tonight. A true treat tonight. And I mean, this show is just this show is amazing. It is amazing, and we're working on getting DMB Mamas to call in. Well, she's gonna text me. We're then gonna get her in here. She's on route back to the hotel, but as you guys know, when you leave these concerts, traffic is traffic. So I thought I'd give you guys a two-step wean. I'd come on now, and then we'll be getting to some reactions from DMB Mamas when she gets safely back. I want to make sure she drives safe back with her family. But wow, what a show! Now, here's this is going to be the most impressive thing that I'm still figuring out right now, and I'm looking. Hopefully, our buddies at the DMB Almanac will be able to confirm this. This may be the first show since 2016 where there's no Big Whiskey and the Groove King or Away from the World. And the show that we're talking about is going to be right here. This was actually the last show Boyd Tinsley, the last touring show Boyd Tinsley would be a part of, released as Live Tracks 44. This is from Gorge Night 3, 9/4/2016. So this is the show. We had a Dodo Tease Stone, Proudest Monkey, Crashing Me, Old Dirt Hill, Idea of You, Burning Down House 41, Say Goodbye, So Damn Lucky, Minarets, Where You Going, Rhyme and Reason, Graves Maker, Die Trying, Typical, Last Stop, Ants Marching, Pigs, and Stay. And again, and you look at the song spread, nothing from Big Whiskey. We even had a Come Tomorrow song on there. And I believe that's Can't Stop. Let's see, which one was it? Oh, Idea of You. Idea of You, right? Yeah. So that was a. But look at this. This is the last that I could find now. All I did is, if someone can find another show between this show and tonight, please let me know. And again, I'm waiting on the almanac to see. They have the data. They can navigate the data better than me. And without the almanac, we are nothing as DMB fans as far as knowing the history and show flow. So shout out to the DMB Almanac and Ants Marching and some other warehouse data services for DMB music. But the DMB Almanac is the best. Donate to this donate to DMB Almanac. You go on the main page. There's an ability to donate to them to help them upkeep this awesome site if you can. But this is what I could find. This is what I could find was this this show from 2016, which we'll bring back over here, and this is tonight. And I'd love to get some reaction from DMB Mamas here in just a moment. What's up, Keith? Hope all is well with you, my fellow CT resident. We're both here in Connecticut. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, everyone who's on. It looks like there's 6 people on right now, and I appreciate your support. So this show, I was excited about this, and if you look on Twitter, I'm sober. All right, so we got Typical Times is on. He said he needed 5. He's in Colorado. You can guess what he did with those 5 minutes. It has to do with the earth in green. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just but we know why he needed 5 minutes. And also Tedeschi Trucks out there in Morrison, Colorado tonight. Red Rocks. I love Tedeschi Trucks band. They're out there in Colorado with you, Ron. And so John, are we wondering where Ants is? Are they trying to rework it? 18 and 19 was not, without board. That's a good question. And another fellow CT resident, John. Thank you for coming in. So I really don't know. They could be trying to rework it. But it is interesting that they haven't played it yet. You had a 2-night stand, and there's no Ants Marching. Although for the most popular song, they really don't play Ants Marching as much as you would think, even as a band that does what they do. But just let's take a look if we can even see all time. But it's possible because now we're gonna have some Dave and Tim's, but this is really, there's, let's see if we go to 18. Yeah, they play at 5:19. Yeah, it's possible that they're trying to rework it. To be honest, I don't care. In Typical Times, because I love the Stone being in circulation, I really don't care if Ants Marching isn't played. I honestly don't care. But it is interesting that it has not been played at all. That is definitely a shocker to everyone, right? That it hasn't been played, because it is typically played by now. Looking at some of these years, it's you have it in the Aprils and Mays. The earliest 06. Let's take a look at 06 here. So 2006, it took 3 tour dates to play. If you look at that here, 2006, it took 3 tour dates in before it was played. Here, look, 5:30 to start and 6:2. Looking at some of these, and some of these there's Dave and Tim, and there's other stuff. There's Europe, but this is really Let's look at 2006-20. But that's a great. Thanks for asking that, John, because that is an interesting thing. 2004 621. Let's take a look here. Oh, 2001, 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 4 shows in 2004. So let me pull that up here. Show you my work. 2004. You guys can see that. 2004, Ants was played on the 4th show. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took 4 shows in 2004 for Ants to be played in the summer. And I'm just looking at the summer. There's some, we're going to forget the spring. In 2000, 620, that was the 2nd show. So the 2nd show of the summer tour. Okay, JTR song debut. Okay, so 2004 looks like it's the longest for summer. Keith says he just wants to see the penny whistle in Dreaming Tree. I love the penny whistle, and I love Dreaming Tree. Fan that Jane likes says, why should I take a break? Absolutely. And that's what I said. And forget covers. So the fan that Jane likes, I know you've never been to a DMB show, and we really hope they're going to get to you in Australia. They're going to have, hopefully, after this, hopefully this lockdown is the last. For those who don't know, fan that Jane likes in Australia, she's in a lockdown, and we just wish you and your family the best in the current state of Australia. And we're I mean, listen, I don't want to say too much, but there's certain restrictions that may come back in America. Florida hospitals are filling up right now, and we just wish everyone's safety and well-being. But Watchtower, I said in a Twitter post earlier, I don't need any covers for Dave Matthews Band. I honestly don't. There are some great covers. I want to hear Money by Pink Floyd. I would love to hear Down by the River. Cortez was amazing in 19 with Warren Haynes. But even Cortez, right? If I could trade Cortez for a shotgun, I would do it in a heartbeat. Any given show. Now, obviously, that's being very picky. So, John, why do you think it was underwhelming tonight? What made you think, like, what were you looking for that you thought could have been better? Yes, Keith, I'm going to the Gorge. I have my Gorge tickets. I bought my flight. If the shows, and I really knock on wood, if the shows get canceled, and I'm still going to visit friends, right? Barring a complete, like, to be honest, they're probably not even going to check, even if there is a lockdown. I really hope it's not the case. I have a road trip planned. I have an alternate trip for the Gorge if they cancel the nights. I have places I can go. John says John Dick says the show's epic. John, if you can let us know what you thought was underwhelming. I mean, this show, again, Encore feels weak. Not sure what I was expecting. The main set just felt like Tampa and Alpharetta are better shows. I mean, here's the thing. The encores over the years have gone downhill, right? The best you're going to get is a two-step Halloween. I mean, there's not really many encores anymore. Even at SPAC, I went to SPAC in 18. Encore was all right, right? I think they're making it to, hey, let's let people get out for the traffic. But the thing is, it's not necessarily, yes, there was no Raven, there was no Crazy Easy, there was no, like, they're like, the Stone was probably the most. Now you can make an argument for Rhyme and Reason and Best of What's Around, but the Stone is probably that's probably my favorite song out of all of these that was played tonight. But I think the main thing is it's not necessarily what was played, it was what wasn't played. I would say songs I would take out of this here. Cornbread can go rot away in a bad place. Cornbread could go kick rocks. Grace is gone and digging a ditch. Now digging a ditch is a good song. I don't care for it at the show. But I mean, those are still, if those are your bathroom songs, those are your bathroom songs. Grace is gone. I've just never been a fan of. But that's even a stretch. I mean, there's not really. I'm looking through this set. You get a Stolen Away tour debut. You get a Rhyme and Reason, and then a Stay or Leave. I mean, there's not really. Windows, Rapunzel, Ants. I see what you're saying, John. I mean, but even so, like, to me, Ants doesn't, like, when you don't have a violin, even if they rework this, I mean, yes, it's a song that you're gonna enjoy live, but it's like, it's not a What You Are, right? What You Are, opening up the encore or closing out the main set, that's epic. Rapunzel, like, to me, Rapunzel is, I actually like the progression of Rapunzel, but if it's in the encore, it's not like, how long was the show tonight? I'm not sure the timing of it, but I was talking to DMB Mamas about 20 minutes ago, and she was in the parking lot. But it seemed like the show was done before 10:45. Right? They were in. Yeah, and Jeff says Cornbread and Bayou, yeah, they can go on the shelf. I don't like those, like, Cornbread is almost just like some sort of like wannabe country / bluegrass song, and I don't like when Dave does that. It goes nowhere. Some of the jams are tight. If they're tight, right? They're technical. I don't care. Bayou is 3 verses that are the biggest waste of time in my life, but the breakdown jam is good. So yeah, all shows have been done by 11. Yeah, they are starting earlier. But there's, like, the encore is pretty quick. A Singing from the Windows and You Might Die Trying. Although some of the encores now, that's how it is, right? Night 3 of the Gorge in 19, it was Watchtower was it was like a single encore. So 41, the next 3 songs were the exact same placement as Alpharetta. Maybe that's your minor issue. But Alpharetta had, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, Alpharetta had so many more other moments where you're like, all right, well, John was at it, right? And John's pumped by this set. John Dix, right? John D, it was at it. But if we, like, Alpharetta, again, it's what was not played that to me is what makes it very, very awesome. It's like, all right, you take away all this stuff, you put all this 06 stuff. To me, it's like, yeah. And if I'm at this show, the other thing too is if I'm at this show, right? If I'm at the show, then Alpharetta did get a drive-in, drive-out. But Alpharetta had a Can't Stop. It had Shake Me Like a Monkey closer. It had a Cornbread too. It had a Don't Drink the Water, which to me is a downstrike. So, and it had a Louisiana Bayou. So I think you can make a case Drive-In, Drive-Out you could place that against Rhyme and Reason. Yeah, John D. Yeah, you are cynical. But I just think this show, you have 3 straight tour debuts, 8, 9, and 10. You just have so many great things. You have no repeats, right? Singer from the Windows was last played on 7/28. And yeah, the repeats have been, like, that's the thing is, if they're going to repeat, if the Stone has been played twice out of 2 out of 5 shows, that's a great start. Best of What's Around has been played twice. Are you expecting more? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We're only 5 shows into the tour, right? And even so, West Palm Beach is not a SPAC or Deer Creek, right? But we're only 5 shows into the tour, and we have 2 Stones, right? We have 3 Grannies. and you have 41 that's been played 3 times, which to me is just a great song. Another Nancy's in the Warehouse, which is an awesome combination if you catch it live. These are great songs, and I think that's what makes it special. And looks like DMB Mamas is not back at the crib. But again, I'm sure there's some traffic issues here. So you can replace Bayou with Smooth Rider, Best of What's Around. You have Hello Again. Oh yeah, Gray Street third verse. That's the thing too, is every Gray Street has a third verse. And that's a special thing. That's not going to get old. It'll never get old, right? Getting that third verse. I've actually heard John. I'm sure you've heard Smooth Rider because you were in the tour. You were at the tour, John Dix. You were at the 05 tour, I believe, or was it 06? I can't remember when. I think you said 05. You were at that tour. I've heard a partial Smooth Rider. Journey's on Hulu. Is that live? Is that live or is that like a special? But anyway, this show, I mean, now the other thing that we're gonna talk about. Do I like Journey? I mean, I haven't gotten delved deep into their catalog. I think they're definitely a legendary band, but I don't know anything past their hits really, which is actually one of the best selling albums of all time. I believe is the Journey's greatest hits. So yeah, I have a lot of blind spots in music, even though I'm very eclectic. There's a lot of stuff, like even the cover Last Night. I hadn't heard that before last night. But the other thing is, so I was talking to DMB Mama. She may be able to chime in on this in a moment. But apparently Dave did not Smooth Wired, and you got Joyride in the same. Oh, that's awesome, Jeff. So you got Smooth Rider and Joyride in the same show. That's I wish I was around back in those days. I missed the prime of the band. But anyway, one of the things Dave just jetted. He signed an autograph or two and left. No selfie. It'll be interesting to see what the band does on stage with everything that's going on. Widespread Panic. Widespread Panic is having testing. They're going to be having testing for their shows. Let me see if I can pull this up. You have to have a negative test or your COVID card. I think talking to John and some other DMB friends, the band may not take it that far. They may just wait to see what every state does. Widespread Panic. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this pulled up.
Center in downtown here in the mountains, another business is requiring proof of vaccination starting next week. The Harris Cherokee Center in downtown Asheville releasing that all attendees and staff members be fully vaccinated. In the social media post, the casino says proof of a vaccination must be provided or proof of testing negative for COVID-19. This is set to begin on August 6th. We have reached out to the casino leaders and are waiting to hear back.
So that's in Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, let's get.
Used to be a counterculture thing. We used to push back against.
Let's take away the politics. Let's get out of here. But yeah, Widespread Panic is going to be. Journey's performing at Lollapalooza. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, in Lollapalooza, they're saying 100K are there for that. DMB Mamas. Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna give DMB Mamas a little bit of time, and thank you guys for being on. But Lollapalooza is going on Sirius XM as well. That's what you were saying. Okay, so they're on Hulu. Gotcha. But anyway, there is. I mean, we're gonna just have to see what happens with this tour because I mean, to be honest, like even this stuff, I'll tell you this. The biggest concern, what it appears to be, is there's rural hospitals that are being filled up. Some of the cities are filling up now. Oh, Limp Bizkit. So Limp Bizkit was at Lollapalooza, and they're doing a tour as well. They'll be coming to my city, Hartford, I believe, later this year. But oh, John just sent me the printed set list. Hold on, let me see. John, is this in the group chat or the? Oh, I'm looking now. You just sent. Okay. Okay, so 41 Best, Grace, One Sweet, Hello Again, Nancy's, Warehouse, Stolen Away, Rhyme, Stay or Leave, Stone, Ditch, Gray Street, Everyday, Ocean. Okay, so this is bar for bar, at least night 2. Oh, that was I'm trying to, John, don't worry, we're not gonna show the chats on here. That was a photo. But let's see, will that work? How do I? Okay. What was interesting is last night they had cornbread and they didn't play it, which I was happy about. I was like, hey man, no harm, no foul. They played it tonight, but they wrapped cornbread around with a dope show. So I'll take that. So thanks, John, for sending this to us. Everything looks like it's par on with what we had at the show. There's nothing was abandoned. They wrote it out as a two song encore. Let me see if she got back, dude. Still in traffic. We'll check to see, and thank you guys. I know it's mad late for East Coasters. It's really late. It's 11. John's Central Time Zone is 10 Central. Ron's Mountain Time, so it's 9. So I know. Thank you guys though for being on, and thank you anyone who's watching on the replay. Thank you guys. I know it was like about 200 people that watched overall from the replay of last night. If you want to talk DMB, if you want to have your comments, come in next week. If you have time, if you're busy this week. But yeah, so that is the set list. I really would love to get DMB Mamas on here shortly to get her, because she was at the show, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get people at the show to give some reactions. But man, and this is the first time that 41 and Best of What's Around were played back to back since DMB opened for Willie Nelson in '96. Or no, Bob Dylan, not Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan in Germany. And ironically, one of the first, actually the first major act at the Gorge Amphitheater was Bob Dylan. Just to give you, that put the Gorge on the map. Like they just filled this place up. There was no organization. They didn't expect people to come. It's almost like Woodstock. They weren't expecting all these people to drive 2 hours from either Seattle or Spokane and go to this amphitheater in the middle of nowhere with no backdrop, right? So that's a fun fact. Bob Dylan was the first major act booked at the venue. But yeah, I mean, to me, this run, the run from Dancing Nancy's all the way to the Stone, wow. Nancy's Warehouse, Stolen Away, Rhyme and Reason, Stay or Leave, the Stone. That's the best run of the tour. Unless John objects, because he was at most of the shows so far. I mean, that's a run. And again, it's about what's played versus not what's played. There's definitely been shows like, I can think of a show here where there's just a lot of heat. So we go to, like, for instance, I'll give you this show here. This is my second show. I mean, my third show. So a show like this, 613, I mean, look, head to head, right? Head to head, this is probably one of my best shows ever. And again, I've only been in this modern, post, big whiskey away from the world era. I mean, this show head to head, you got a JTR, you got a 34 T's, 34 show, like Broken Things, right? You have Captain, you have Fish Tender, you have A Grave, Running Down the Dream, Rooftop, Dreaming Tree, Rhyme and Reason, Everyday Answer. But this is like one of my best shows ever, right? I'm sure John can pull out a bunch, 4 or 5 shows just off the top of his head as his best show. But this is this is 2013. And what John says, 18 and 19 have not touched. Even that's the thing is, I went to the Gorge in 2019, and don't get me wrong, I had the time of my life at the Gorge. The time of my life at the Gorge in 2019, and I'll be back this year. But here's the thing. The Gorge, even the Gorge, as great as it was, there were some blind spots. They were playing like Do You Remember and Come Tomorrow, and the show flow wasn't there. This show looks like it flows, right? Like, where do you go to the bathroom? Where do you go to the bathroom? You go during cornbread, before you know it, Granny's playing. Maybe that's your bathroom break time. Anywhere else, you don't have enough time to go to the bathroom unless you're in a VIP area box with a VIP bathroom pass. You can't go to the bathroom. You got to hold it. You got to hold on to what you got. Doesn't even matter if you make it or not. So that is what is just impressive about this is, I mean, wow. I mean, maybe Grace is gone in the beginning of One Sweet World. That's probably if I was, that's probably another break, because now One Sweet World's a great song, but I mean, I can go to the bathroom during the first half of it, unless they play that intro that isn't played anymore. But this is these shows really have, there's stuff for everyone. Stolen Away is a bathroom break. I mean, the way they played it. Now, here's the thing. I like the way they played it for the DMB 2 sets. Now, after the third or fourth time, I was like, bro. Yeah, Ocean and the Butterfly. Yeah, that song. I mean, listen, I don't hate it as much as Come Tomorrow. Ocean and the Butterfly, you could go to the bath. Actually, that's probably your bathroom break. Ocean and the Butterfly, Cornbread. If someone gave me the set, of course, I wouldn't post it online before the show ends. Please do not post the set online before the show ends. Or yell out what's coming next if you have the set list. Some people have done that. But if someone gave me this set list, Concert Fest 34, here's a set list. I probably, actually, you know what? That Everyday Ocean and the Butterfly Cornbread. That's where, now, obviously Black Men Don't Cheat, so I would do this. Every day you call your side chick, if again, Black men don't cheat. But if you're not black and you're at a DMB show, you call your side chick during every day. During Ocean and Butterfly, you get your beer and then you go to the bathroom. or no, actually, you go to the bathroom at Ocean and Butterfly and you grab your beer during cornbread. That's probably what you do. Again, black men don't cheat. FYI, I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying it. Other people. Every day you call your side chick, Ocean and the Butterfly, you go to the bathroom, and cornbread, you get that beer on the way out. At that point, most people have probably already had enough to drink, so there's a small line. That is what I would say. That's probably because now and here's the thing is, every day is an experience. I mean, the fans love it, right? And I do. I mean, I like what Buddy brings to it as far as his energy. I don't like the organ, but I think it's definitely a fan favorite. Now, people are saying Buddy, Buddy. So fan Jane likes happy to be in the room. If everyone takes a bathroom break for Stolen Away. Yeah, I don't know if John, obviously you were going to Taurus heavy, but the two sets changed my perspective of Stolen Away. The way they played it, the way Rashawn was not Roshan. He had a nice balance on him. Da, 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 da. But he has been great and breathed new life into every day since he's been in the band. I agree. I just don't like the organ, but I see why people like it. He has breathed. And honestly, here's the thing. Boyd's solo during every day. I like number 36 more than every day, but Boyd was better on 36 than every day. Like to me, the wah violin, I never needed that. For what? It's a waste of time. So I do think that Buddy has his singing and his like energy definitely makes that a more of a fan favorite. And even though I don't like the organ, I've left shows just honey, like because of how Buddy sang it. So I think that's a good point here. Let's see, still waiting. Yeah, still waiting to get. See if hopefully she's able to get back. I know again the traffic can be abysmal. I actually left the show on Wednesday, Chris Stapleton's show. I left that thing at the end of the regular set, listened to the first encore song, and went to my car. I do not miss traffic. Man, I do not miss traffic. In Guilford, New Hampshire, if anyone's going to that venue, man, that thing, I mean, if you need to wait, you can wait. But like the thing is, I had to get to my hotel and get Burger King before the Burger King closed. Shout out to Concord, New Hampshire. I was out there to hotel. It's about 45 minutes from Guilford. But the reason I left the show, I was like, look, I like Chris. I've seen him already do his hits at Farm Aid. I'm leaving after Tennessee Whiskey. Be what it be, whatever they play, they play. But yeah, traffic. I do not miss the traffic from these shows, and especially Mansfield, Connecticut, or Mansfield, Massachusetts. Is just an abysmal time. So we'll see if we can get her in. But yeah, I mean, this is just this gives me hope. This gives me hope for if this is West Palm Beach, what's the gorge going to be? What's on the two Mohegan shows going to be like? For those of you going to Deer Creek, if this is West Palm Beach, I only can imagine what Deer Creek's going to get. It'll be interesting to see too. Now, I'm interested to see what guests are going to come out, especially with, again, regardless of your personal opinions on COVID, a lot of this community is wary of travel right now. And especially now that we're having certain things that may roll back. Some of the pals that Dave and Carter know, and Tim Reynolds and Rashawn, some of their buddies, who knows, this could impact guests. It may not. People still may get that check. They're trying to get that check. Look, a lot of people didn't get paid with no concert. So Bella Fleck, look, he got a couple kids. He has one of the kids likes golf. His son loves golf. I'm sure if Dave cuts him a check, hey, pull up to Deer Creek, I think he'll be like, well, actually, I'll come. Actually, Now that I think of it, we'll see. Just waiting to see if we can get DMB Mamas. And Lollapalooza. Anyway, going back to Lollapalooza, me personally, I understand. Yes, you have 100,000 people in one spot, right? And I've never been a festival person because of that. You're telling me if I want to go see Journey, I'll pay 150, 200 to see them by themselves versus paying for an all-day pass for $100. Bruh, festivals can kick like those major festivals, Coachella, Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo, for what? Like, I honestly, like even Railbird, which is in Kentucky, I've heard great things about that festival, but like honestly, I really don't have a desire. The festivals that I like now. Here's the thing: is I like Willie Nelson's Outlaw Fest. I was actually gonna go until I got Farm Aid tickets. Why go to that when you get Neil Young and Mellencamp, Dave and Tim, along with some of that there. But anyway, I like the festival where it's like a couple of acts, 5 or 6 acts in an amphitheater, and there's very few of those tours anymore. Usually, it's like you're gonna have a full day lineup. And I actually like Farm Aid because again, they pick a venue. It's not a flat. I hate flat GA areas. And again, I'm not trying to be with 100,000 people. To me, and I know people like that, and I'm not trying to. If that's what you like, that's what you like. For me personally, same thing with the Caravan. I'll take the Caravan set list for amphitheater shows, or I would have just gone to the Gorge Caravan. Because what I just I to me sometimes it feels like, and I used to go to Warped Tour, used to go to some other stuff. So I've been to some festivals, but it's like when you're in a crowd of anything more than 10,000 people, either I got to camp out here and all these people smell, they don't shower, right? And some of them are drunk and some of them are annoying. Some of them are pushing and shoving. They're trying to move their way up slowly. A pit is bad enough where you're already at the front, but a whole GA area, even the VIP, where you're spending $300, $400 a night. Oh, so you went to Woodstock 99. Did you see Dave and Limp Bizkit that night, that Saturday night? I'm sure that was fun, but Woodstock 99 is just, I mean, that's just legendary. You don't get, the thing is the festivals don't even have those type of lineups anymore. Yeah, Journey's playing tonight, but there's a lot of trash before them. Let's look up the Lollapalooza. Because I look at the fest, I see this stuff. Lollapalooza 2021. Yeah, this is trash. I mean, Limp Bizkit, and Journey, right? Outside of that, Angels and Airwaves. You kidding me? The side project from Blink-182. Yeah, get out of here. Megan Thee Stallion in concert, like listening to her music. What? Yeah, this is trash. Like this is the Lollapalooza schedule for tonight. That this not as legendary as Woodstock 99. Sprayed water bottles over people because of the scorching heat. I sprayed them. Let me get. Oh, you spray people. They let you get by to the front. Okay, so there was a little system there. But this lineup is trash. You got Journey and Limp Bizkit. What else? Freddie Gibbs. Like you can go see him at a club for $15. Trippie Redd, same thing. Go see him at a club for $15. Oh, DMB Mamas. Hold on, let's bring you in.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? I'm doing great. I'm sitting here with my son Jude in the car. Hello.
Hey, Jude.
Hello. say, how's it going,
Okay.
Marcus?
How's it going?
It's going well. Let me, I'm just adjusting here. Okay. And if you can just introduce yourself here to the chat. A lot of the people know you, but some may not. So if you can just introduce
Yes, of
yourself.
course. Hey, everybody. My name is Leah Green with DMB Mamas. And we just got back from West Palm night 2 and night 1 and Tampa. And so we're just coming down from all the festivities.
That's awesome. Were you able to get out the lot okay?
Yes, we did. Thank you. We did. We made it out perfectly. A nice flow. Last night was a little bit more kind of waiting, and tonight it kind of just moved on out.
That's great. So, talk about tonight. What did you think about being at the show? Which people are saying is, the chatter here online is that this was probably the best show of the tour.
It was, it was so epic. We were a little bit unsettled when we first got there, so we were kind of running around a little bit. But once in fact, now I'm kind of reviewing the set list. I didn't really look at tonight yet, but it was like, it was crazy epic. We were hearing so many things we wanted. This, tagging you in the stone. We were in the pit. We had this wonderful group of people around us. These guys from Arizona. This guy had his bucket list. He had the stone and Last Stop and Break Free were his. So he was all, letting us get in front of him at the rail so Jude could see Dave. And the stone came on and we're like, get in your spot. He just wanted to get in there for some songs. And, we were all just so happy getting just one epic song after another. The band has just been so tight, on fire these past few days. It's just so great to, see them live, kind of see where they've, for instance, Stefan teased a little bit of Huey Lewis a few weeks ago, and we got that I Want a New Drug last night, which was like off the hook. And they did a great job with that. That was the first time ever. That was really exciting. And, a lot of people were really, I think, a little bit more psyched about tonight. And I got my feet up and down last night, which was so exciting. We were so close both nights, so it was just overwhelming and wonderful. And, we get to sweat with the band. And like I was mentioning to you on the phone, it was quite some heat up there. It was a little bit of an inferno, but it was worth it. And, it was just, I'm looking at the set list now from last night, and, it definitely seemed to be a lot longer than tonight. I didn't really compare it. It seemed like it was cut a little bit short tonight, a bit of a short encore. It seemed like they kind of were, ready to move forward. But it was so complete. They just keep giving and giving and giving, and, so they never fail to, really make everyone, I think, everybody has their thing about what, set list, and Dave was all, hope I made y'all happy, and I think everybody was really happy, and the whole morale there was amazing. Everybody was just, DMB family was really solid. There was just so much camaraderie, so much love and joy, good vibes in the pit, good vibes. We were in lowers, for a bit last night. We started tonight with a little bit of uppers. We kind of moved around a little bit. It's a great venue. As hot as it was tonight, was a little bit cooler, but, both Tampa and West Palm, they're beautiful amphitheaters. So we feel really blessed to have been at all three of those shows.
That's awesome. And just to give you some, I'm still awaiting on the DMB Almanac to confirm this. But this may be the first show since Gorge of the night 3 of the Gorge 2016. This was the last, not the last Boyd show, because he played in 17th for concert at Charlottesville, but the last like summer tour show that Boyd ever played. was the last time we had a show like tonight where there was no Big Whiskey and no Away from the World.
Yeah, yeah.
What did it feel like? Did you notice that there wasn't any of that like Big Whiskey or like no
Well,
YIM?
we had Why I Am night one. That was what was that? Let me think. I think that was Tampa. Let me just take a quick peek because I did jot it down. I mean, they all seem to blend in. And then tonight, I haven't even finished, taking down what, some of the recordings and the set list and the posting. So,
So no
but we had, Why I Am.
It was
Why
Tampa.
I Am was Tampa. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Second to last encore. We had a nice long encore. Windows into Kill the Preacher, Why I Am, and Stay. That was encore for Tampa. And
Right.
then last night we had Sister and Trippin' Billy's. And then tonight we had, oh my gosh, we were just talking about it. It all just happened. Tonight was like an explosion. So, it sort of ended a little bit abruptly because there were two, You Might Die Trying, and I'd have to do a little recap. There were Granny. I think Granny was the last song before it ended into encore, but it might have been the first encore.
I just
I've got to
pulled
take
it
a
up.
look.
I don't know if you can see because if you're on a phone, I maximize the set list, but it was Granny and Stay to close out
Okay.
the regular set, and then Windows and Die Trying was the encore.
Windows, yes. And so, we did see a couple of repeats. We had Windows last night opened encore 1. But it was, it was amazing. I mean, just to hear a couple of repeats and when you get like just blasted with, I'd have to count, but 20 plus songs just going on and on. It's just so great to have the band just to be all together again. It's like a big party. And everybody was, everybody was in great spirits. I mean, we had Officer Bert, who we ran into again tonight. I took a photo of him last night and posted.
I saw that.
Police officers, super cool. Saw him again tonight. Told him, we posted and just how grateful we were and how, thankful we are. They're just taking such good care of us. It's such a huge venue, those cops. I can't help but go up to them and hug them and thank them. And, it really is very meaningful to me to feel safe. And of course, DMB family is such a great crowd, and it really is such an amazing group of people. You get in there and 20,000, however many people are in there, but they're all like, we're all singing. Everybody's like just really one big family. It's just more than ever.
That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate. I on 4th of July weekend, I made a video about appreciating the people that make these concerts possible, and part of that, the law enforcement here, the security here, in Hartford for some of the shows, in Mohegan, the tribal police. I mean, I don't take that for granted. But now Stolen Away, how did that sound live? Because I'll take us back to the DMB 2 sets. It was played acoustically. How did it sound? What was it like? Was Tim louder? Was Tim down? Like, what was the sound of Stolen Away live tonight?
For one thing, I'm going to have to revisit to analyze it a little more. So in the moment, just recalling that, it was amazing. All it did was sound tight. I'd have to really, again, revisit. I don't know when, you were saying Timmy got a new Gibson. You mentioned that. I don't know. So,
he has a Gibson SG. It should be like, that's the reddish guitar.
Yes.
He was playing that.
He pulled that out. Yes, he was tonight. And it was gorgeous for one. And it sounded so tight. And they all just sounded really in sync. There was a real nice, I was kind of, at one point I was doing a little videotaping, and it felt like that whole duel, the fun friendship, the dueling guitars and Stefan at one point had his little ukulele going, and so that was kind of fun. But they all just sounded really, it sounded very balanced to me. You know, I think Dave loves hearing Timmy rip. You know, they definitely feed off of each other, and I really get to experience that, just that tightness and mutual respect, so, you know, close-handedly. And it really did feel like didn't feel like anybody was overplaying anybody. It didn't sound too loud. Again, I want to revisit that because it just was like a big blur. But it sounded, you know, nothing sounded off at all. Nothing sounded, you know, blaring or, you know, just drowning anyone out. I didn't get that.
Okay.
So, you know, I'll have to come back and revisit that after we get off and I listen to it again, because that just blew me away. And of course I, you know, sent that to Granny. You know, she had Granny and Stolen Away. So couldn't help but tag her, tag you. I was just having a good old time.
Yeah, and yeah, but I know this is your third concert in 4 days, right? Or 5, what, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So,
yes.
And now it's Sunday. It's August 1st right now. But
funny, I
guess,
feel the best tonight than I did those other 2 nights. You know, the first, you know, kind of, it's like you get into a momentum going and seeing your favorite band live. You're like, oh God, you know, it's so much energy. But by tonight, I'm like feeling amazing. It just was
awesome.
like a cathartic experience. Yeah.
And we had talked about this offline, but if you can just talk about the fact that Dave didn't take a selfie tonight.
Yes. Yeah. You know, it was funny. I was mentioning to you that, well, for one, my son Jude, he was really just amazingly received by the fans, and people were so supportive of him getting to the front. People were pushing him. People were moving, get in there. And you know, he was front and center. And so, you know, he was pretty excited that maybe he'd have an opportunity, you know, for a selfie. So, you know, it did have a bit of an abrupt feeling, like I'd mentioned to you, I wasn't feeling so great the night before and the night before that, because it was so darned hot. And, you know, seeing Dave sweating his black shirt off, I was thinking, you know, maybe, you know, it's just like they're done, you know, like hot, ready to, you know, just call it a night. It definitely felt a little bit abruptly cut short, but at the same time did feel very complete. I mean, we all felt very satisfied with, you know, their song selection. And but yeah, there was no selfie, so we were a bit disappointed about that, but also kind of, you know, curious as to why, you know, maybe just time to move forward.
Gotcha. Yeah, it could have been multiple factors between that heat that you had out there. The heat index still, I'm looking at West Palm Beach on my phone, still feels like 93.
Yeah, let's see what it says here. 96 in my car. I'm sitting in my AC in the car. 96 it's saying on my car at 12:12.
Right. So that, and then also, and you said did he sign an autograph or two before he left the stage?
He did sign an autograph. Got a little reverb there. He did sign one, and then he kind of just bolted. I think he threw a couple of guitar picks off, and then, you know, just beelined off the stage.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, because with the way everything is, regardless of personal opinions, whether it's the state's guidelines or whether it's the band's personal guidelines, I think that there's a possibility they may not get as close to the fans with everything that's going on, but we'll have to see. I think the heat, my guess is tonight was the heat if he signed an autograph, but there is, we were talking, I know you were in Asheville for some time. Widespread Panic announced at their shows coming up, you're going to have a negative test or a vaccination card. And they said they referenced North Carolina having concerns and all that, but you know, and that's another topic for if we have to cross that bridge. But that's where as we end this week, as we go to August 1st, there is just that idea that more for this, so they're in compliance with the state and they don't get shut down. We may see some changes as far as Rab, he's been wearing a mask. Did you see him out there with the mask today?
Who?
Rob, this Robert Stevenson.
I did not see him out there with a mask. I knew he was there, but I did not see him. I didn't see him out there. No, I didn't. Security, those guys that were in masks. We had, the ushers and, the staff were mostly masked. But, not everybody was, the crowd, most people were not. But more staff wise was.
Okay. And that's what I think is going to be when I've seen Rab, actually he's only gone live on Instagram from the soundboard. He used to go in the lawn and talk to people. And I think it's just a precaution because he's in a room with Dave and Buddy every day. It seems like, and I know, like I said, I went to a show in New Hampshire Wednesday. No one was wearing masks, but I think that the personnel that are with the band, just from a responsibility standpoint of, hey, we don't want to, even if they're vaccinated, we don't want a positive test. I think that the crew itself, like you said, security is masked. And I think Rab, when I've seen him out, no one's getting pictures with him. I think he's just kind of, as a precaution, staying with that soundboard. So I hope this tour can go on. Again, it's not what any of us thinks. It's just what the states decide and it's what the band decides. But I'm really hoping that we have a Gorge, we have a Deer Creek, we have a SPAC, we have all of this tour all the way through Madison Square Garden. But that's another topic for another day. But thank you so much. So they can follow you at DMB Mamas on Twitter.
Yes.
So you run that account. You have your own account, Malaya Green, but the DMB Mamas account, that's the best one. That's where you post a lot of your stuff, right?
Yes, definitely. DMB Mamas. My personal account is at Leah Liana, LeaLeanna. But yes, please, DMB Mamas, follow, because we've got a really great DMB family thing going there. So it's always nice to have new people and on board.
Absolutely, you were so welcome when I joined the Twitter DMB verse. You were very welcome to me, and you shared my stuff, and you added other people to show. So I really appreciate your support, and you're
my bro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you at Mohegan. Still going to Mohegan?
Oh yes.
Okay, and then
I can't wait to see you, Marcus. It's gonna be fun. And the Gorge, we're gonna see you at the Gorge. You're part of the reason why I'm going. You and David really were instrumental in that, I have to say. David of Shut Up, I Love You literally, got me to get my ticket. Like he initially with the whole Summer of Love, and we were going to do some interviews and some stuff with the fan base, and so I got my one ticket to the Gorge so far, which is a PID ticket, and then he really was instrumental, as you were too. I was kind of on the fence, and then I'm like, all right, let me just kind of explore. I looked at rooms, and then I just kind of got a little bit, I booked 3 rooms. I'm trying to find that sweet spot for the Saturday night because I don't have the great room yet. But to be another conversation for sure, Marcus. Yeah. I'm really excited that you'll be there in Mohegan, and look forward to meet more people as well.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, I actually met with Dave. He was in the Boston area for business, and we had lunch, and that's the reason I'm going to see you guys, is to meet up with some other friends, John, Dix, and a couple of other friends in a group chat. That's why I'm going. It's the music will be the music. We know it's 3 nights of fun, but just the journey of getting there, meeting everyone, it'll be a great time. But thank you so much. I'll get back. I know you got your husband, you got your son. I'll let you guys get to bed or whatever, just relax from this 3 night. I'm losing count, but three shows in 4 nights. That's an impressive feat, even with that energy boost. still an impressive feat. So
it really is. And let me just really quickly want to say a quick shout out to Bridget Hale and to Felicity Rusnak. I got to see them both. I met Bridget for the first time last night. It was like meeting somebody I've known my whole life. And Felicity, I saw her last year tonight, and last night was just amazing. It's undescribable to meet your friends that you've known on Twitter through this common bond. There's nothing like it.
Yep, and I think I got this here on. This was what you posted with Bridget. And was that hers? Is that like a family member she has a picture of?
Yes. So her brother who passed. I'm not seeing is that the photo of her, the tattoo, the cup, or the tattoo on her arm?
Yeah. It's like it's attached to a can.
Yes, her brother, and he's with her all the time, and she even named her 5-year-old who had a birthday party today after her brother Maddie, and she is just epic. She's such an amazing person. Her husband, just awesome people. We had so much fun. It was just fast and furious. We can't wait to get together again, and everybody that is in the fan base, I'm just beyond to meet because everybody's amazing.
That's awesome, and like I said, hopefully, I'm looking forward to the meetups here that come for the Gorge and forward where Mohegan as well. So, thank you so much for being on. I'm about to shut this down, but I'm going to disconnect you. Enjoy the rest of your night. You guys stay safe.
Thank you, Marcus.
Safe travels back to the west side of Florida.
Back to the west
side. Back from, I know you're on the East Coast in that the north-south, the northern part of southern Florida, West Palm Beach. There.
Yes, and much different than the West Coast, that's for sure. A different vibe entirely. Both have their good points, but it's nice to get back to the West Side. I'm a West Side girl for sure.
All right. Well, you have a good night. You take care.
You as well, Marcus. Good night. Thanks so much.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye for now.
All right. So thank you to Leah Green. And again, follow her, DMB Mamas. Let's see. We got some comments here. The fan that Jane likes side chick. Yeah, I was joking about. I was joking. I don't know if you saw the fan that Jane likes. I was joking about if the one bathroom break that I would take during the one break I would take during the show, every day you call your side chick, the Ocean and the Butterfly, you go to the bathroom and then you get your drink, your final drink during cornbread. And then you get back for Granny. So I think that's what you're referencing. And then let's see. We got Michael says, "Hey, oh, they're talking about the vaccinations. It looks like, and listen, whatever, I try not to get too much into that. But look, if you want to give, I suggest, hey, make you have a decision to make. I did get vaccinated. That's just that. I think that's the best thing. But look, everyone has a choice. Make the best choice for yourself. Be respectful of others and be kind to others if you can. We're here for DMB. And the only things I try to talk about as far as the COVID thing is how it impacts the shows. We can have opinions left and right. Doesn't matter. Either they're having a show or they're not having the show. If they decide to, because of the COVID, because of their own personal beliefs, to cancel these shows, what am I going to tell Dave, right? I can say, look, there's only, X amount of percent of this or that. Or if they say, you know what, even though there's a lockdown, we're going to play these shows. If they can legally play that show without the cops locking down their show, what am I going to tell Dave? You can maybe be upset or disappointed. You may want a refund if you don't feel safe going or sell your tickets. But at the end of the day, all we can talk about is what's confirmed or what's not confirmed. Like the Foo Fighters shut their tour down. I personally did not agree with it, right? I thought, yo, if no one's in the hospital, play. But that's the Foo Fighters made a decision, right? How am I going to tell them, hey, yeah, you guys are vaccinated, but you won't be that 0.0005% that'll get out. That's their decision, right? So that's all we can do. That's all we can control. We can have debates left and right. But either we can go to the show, we can't, or if you don't feel safe going to the show, sell your tickets, right? And or get a refund if it's able to be done. And I'm sure with everything going on, Live Nation, if you have SPAC Night 2 tickets, Live Nation will take them back and flip them for double the price, right? If you have a lawn seat, you can find someone to sell it to. The hotels, if you have to that may be whatever, but the tickets, I mean, tickets, you'll get your tickets sold, or you can make something from it, even if it's nothing. But at the end of the day, we're here for the music. I like where the music is going for this band. I like these sets. I honestly think 21 is going to be better than 22. If they make a new album, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I really want to live in the moment of this year, because we don't have an album that's being fully pushed. As we know right now, they only have 3 songs in rotation. This happened in 15 and 16, where they had limited songs in rotation. 15 and 16, it was like Bob Law again and again, which is same song, Bismarck, and I think like a couple. They had Can't Stop, but that was not considered part of the album. And they have Virginia in the Rain and Black and Bluebird. But those songs were awesome, right? So this is what we're getting right now. We're getting, look, you got Walk Around the Moon. Some people like it, some people don't. But at worst, you have 1 or 2 new songs. Everything else has already been played or already been released. So that's all I got for right now, because we're approaching 90 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the support. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Conserviz34. Be well, be safe. Happy August for those who have reached. The fan that Jane likes is the furthest in this group into August 1st. Some people are not into August yet in the Central Time Zone, Mountain, Western Time Zones, Hawaii, Alaska, not yet. But most of the world has gone to August 1st. East Coast, we're 25 minutes into August 1st. So new month, new opportunities, new touring. But it's your boy Conserviz34. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the support. I am out. And yeah, I'm glad you were able to catch us here, Michael. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, peace.